quarter do you sleep? It's not under a bridge or something, is it?
What do you think I am?
All right, so where did you live?
I stayed at an inn after I left the Imperial Knights. The innkeeper is really nice and said I could stay there if I didn't have anywhere else to go.
I'm finally starting to get a real image of you living in the lower quarter.
Yeah, I could just see you bumming around down there.
Gee, thanks.
I wonder when Dayton Hold was originally built.
From the looks of it, it's already seen several decades worth of wear and tear.
People were already taking it for granted when Old Raven was just Little Raven.
There was this guild I used to be in, and the leader was this really old guy. He once told me that Dayton Hold was built back when his grandfather was a little kid.
That'd make it at least 100 years old, huh?
So that makes the Lord of the Plains over 100 years old. He must be an amazing man.
I don't know. He might be a she.
Yuri, I think you missed the point.
So this Lord of the Plains isn't always prowling around?
Someone in the Hold said that he only appears just before the rainy season.
Huh. So he changes habitats depending on the season. I guess we must have come to the Hold at a bad time before.
It looks that way. Normally the Hold leaves their gates open.
But not now, of course. And I must have been born under a really unlucky star.
Do you know how Halur's tree got its name?
Huh? There's a reason for that?
Yes, it comes from the 3 types of plants growing on the tree. Those plants are the Harmonia, the Luluria, and the Renin. The beginnings of their names make Halur.
Wow, you learn something new every day.
Carol, you hadn't heard that before?
Plants aren't really my specialty.
Ospio was originally built in order to research the giant blastia excavated from the mountain here, wasn't it?
Right. At first it was just a small research outpost, but as more people came here, it turned into a full-fledged city. Now there are people in Ospio doing research on all sorts of topics, not just the giant blastia.
And you're one of those new researchers, right?
Yep, and proud of it.
The breeze that blows in a port city makes everything feel so different. It smells like the sea.
Stand in the ocean wind too long and you'll get covered in salt, you know.
Thank you for ruining my mood.
Hey, feel free to get all sticky and gross. I won't stop you.
I guess the Empire likes to throw its weight around no matter where you go. Before I left the capital, I didn't know or care about anything besides the lower quarter.
It's not everywhere, but I feel like the Empire's influence is especially strong on Ilikia. They can do whatever they want since there aren't any major guilds on Ilikia.
We can't just let it stay this way.
Torum feels a lot more like a port city than Nor did, don't you think?
Yes, it's lively, and the port is full of ships.
That's because Torum is run by Fortune's Market. They control shipping all over the world. I'm pretty sure Fortune's Market has their headquarters in Torum.
I guess business can keep a city running if people wanted to. I never would have thought of that.
The 2 barrier blastia of this city and Nor Harbor were originally a single blastia.
Did you read that in one of your books back in the castle?
Yes, actually there were 3 pieces. The last piece sunk in the sea between the 2 cities.
I wonder if you could raise that blastia. And if you sold it, you could live like a king forever.
The Empire would have already done it if they could. Any idiot could come up with that idea.
You don't have to be mean about it.
There was a huge waterfall at one end of town. Did you see it, Yuri? It was magnificent, powerful, and really quite beautiful. I could almost see a rainbow over it.
Yeah, I saw it. It could come in handy having all that fresh water nearby. You might not even need an aqua blastia with something like that.
Estelle saw the waterfall as something pretty, but Yuri saw it as something useful.
That's different standards of living for you.
How many guilds are there in this city?
I don't know the exact number, but I think there are more than 100.
Whoa, that many? Are all of them in the Union?
Nah, not all of them, but I'd guess around 90% of them are Union members.
Wow, and the Dawn's at the top of them all. That guy's amazing.
That's why he's the Dawn!
What are you so proud about? The Dawn's the amazing one, not you.
Altosk, Fortune's Market, Ruins Gate, and the Blood Alliance. Huh, that makes us 1 short.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The Union's 5 master guilds. We've dealt with 4 of them, but not the last one.
Oh, hey, I don't think I even knew the last one's name. Hey, Carol, what's the last guild called?
Ah, that'd be the Blacksmithing Guild, the Soulsmiths.
Huh, I didn't know they had a guild for that, too.
You've probably used swords forged by the Soulsmiths without even knowing it. You've seen weapons embossed with an iron hammer, right? That's their guild emblem.
Oh, yeah, the innkeeper where I used to stay had a kitchen knife with something like that on it.
A town with a coliseum sure attracts a lot of different kinds of people, doesn't it?
Yes, people are here for all sorts of reasons. Some come to fight, some come to watch.
And then there's people like us, too.
I wonder what other people think when they see us on the streets.
Well, I'd say they think we're here for the fights.
Maybe for you and Yuri, but I couldn't imagine Estelle as a gladiator if my life depended on it.
What about me?
A lost child.
Hey!
Well then, what about all... Never mind. I know where this is going.
Why would someone set up a barrier in a place like this?
Actually, they discovered the Blastia at the bottom of the oasis and have just been using it as is. A nice person in town told me that.
And with it sunk in the oasis, no one could move it. So I guess they had to leave it where it was.
No one would trudge out into a scorching wasteland like this just to set up a barrier.
No, that explains it. Guess there's a reason for everything.
Jorgen and Mantic are totally different. It's much cooler here. Maybe it's the ocean.
But it seems boring. I wonder what the folks here do for fun.
I kind of like it. This kind of calm, quiet village suits me. I can't stand loud people.
Oh, that's gotta hurt, old man.
She was talking about the town, not about me.
Maybe.
Do you really hate me that much?
I had no idea there were villages in the middle of the sands of Kagor.
I'm impressed they've managed to live here without a barrier to protect them.
They don't even have outer walls. Any monster could destroy this village easy. I don't feel like I could really get a good night's sleep in a place like this.
I do wonder how they handle the danger of wild monsters.
I guess everyone in town is just really strong.
Could you be any more stupid?
A book in the warehouse said this city rose into the air at the end of the Garayo civilization.
So that would mean it was on land before that happened?
That part wasn't clear, but I think the city was probably floating on the ocean until then.
Oh, so that's why it got eaten by a giant jellyfish.
I don't think that's quite what happened. There's no place to sleep. How inconvenient.
And there's no barrier either.
Well, people are pretty tough. They should manage as long as monsters don't attack.
Maybe you're right.
Of course he's right. Everyone will have their dream home built in no time. You'll see.
Even without a barrier, I'm sure they can fend off monsters with the knights and everyone banding together.
So this is what the birth of a town looks like. How exciting!
It used to be just bare land, but it's starting to look like a real town now.
It looks like they're building more and more houses, too.
Yeah, look on that roof over there. That's the master carpenter of the Carpenters Guild. He heard about Arnian and came with all his tools and apprentices to help. He even refused to take money for it. He's so generous.
Looks like the manly carpenters are out in full force.
You could learn a thing or two from them.
This town has grown into quite a wonderful place.
It sure has. I can't believe it's a real city now.
All the refugees look happy too, even with all the danger left in our world.
They're strong. They figured out complaining doesn't get anything done. Yeah, that's not a bad thing to figure out.
Yes, I agree. This may be a silly question, but what exactly is this town?
Yeah, writing I've never seen before, strange buildings. Something's not right here.
I've traveled all over with Baul, but I've never seen a place like this before.
Maybe it's related to some sort of guild activities?
I don't know. I've never heard of a guild like this.
Well, so what? There's nothing better than a mysterious town every once in a while.
The Fount of Warmth is like this phantom guild that people have only heard stories about. Never thought I'd see it with my own eyes.
A phantom guild, huh?
If they're a guild, then they must have their own rules and purpose, right?
The stories I've heard say their purpose is to provide the best service to their customers. Rumor has it that any member who's rude to a customer must immediately take their own life.
For how relaxed this place is, their rules sure are strict.
Yuri, you were a knight once, right?
Didn't you already say you heard about me from Flynn?
Well, it's just... you don't seem to know your way around the castle well. Are you an imposter?
That's some imagination you've got. Why would I want to impersonate a regular guy from the lower quarter?
I guess you're right.
Come on, let's go before we're caught by the castle guards.
We can't seem to find our way through this forest at all. Oh, could this be the curse? What should we do, Yuri? There really was a curse after all.
Don't be stupid.
Or do you not have a good sense of direction?
No, of course I do. I think.
Then maybe it's my fault. What should we do?
They say no medicine can cure a fool, but I wish something could cure a bad sense of direction.
If that ceiling collapsed, we'd be buried alive.
What are you saying stuff like that for, Estelle? What if that really happened?
Come on, don't be such a wimp. These ruins are made of stronger stuff than that.
Ah! Estelle! Now the ceiling's gonna collapse because you were talking about it! Huh?
No, sorry, I just stubbed my toe on a rock.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yuri, you're mean.
Come on! Let's hurry and finish up what we're doing so we can get out of these ruins.
I hope we'll finally be able to meet Flynn when we get to Nora Harbor.
I get the feeling we'll miss him again.
He could be passing by the foot of the hill right now, headed back to the capital.
But Flynn left us a letter. I'm sure he's waiting for us.
We'll see.
Why do we have to take such a convoluted path through this place anyway?
It's your fault!
How was I supposed to help that? Quit blaming other people and let's get moving. Otherwise, we'll end up missing him for sure.
Right. Let's hurry to Nora Harbor. Wow. These buildings are from the late Elachasm civilization. It must be a very old town.
You seem to know a lot about these things. As always.
It's such a shame they just let this city fall apart like this.
Do you really think we're in any position to be sightseeing around this moldy old city?
We do have things we need to be doing.
Then shouldn't we be focusing on them instead of this little tour?
Oh, wow. That round roof is using the Leon method first developed by Emperor Heliodorus IV.
But I guess we should do something about that first.
Yeah.
How interesting.
Estelle looks as interested in cities as always.
Estelle, come on, let's stick together.
I'm fine.
The buildings are run down, it's overgrown, and this place is seriously built like a maze.
With all these obstacles in the way, it's pretty tough to go where you want to go.
Huh? Estelle!
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
I thought I just said to stick together.
You all need to be more careful. I've never seen anyone get lost so easily.
Hey, can we get out of this forest sometime soon?
Is something the matter? You look nervous, Carol.
No way! What are you talking about?
Whoa, check out this weird bug. I've never seen one this gross before.
And yet, you don't mind picking it up like that?
Hey, Carol, any idea what kind of bug this is?
Keep that thing away from me!
What's the matter?
Huh? It's just that poor bug being manhandled like that. Let it go! It wants to be free!
Really?
Really? Man, I wish we could get out of here already.
Don't get so flustered, boy. We'll get out of here nice and easy, you'll see.
Not everyone leads a carefree life of unicorns and rainbows like you know.
Life is a lot like this forest. Winding paths, intertwining. This forest is really relaxing.
Come on, let's leave our philosopher behind and get a move on.
Listen to what I've got to say.
So you mean we're lost in the forest of life?
Oh, so you get what I'm saying?
Before we find our way out of the forest of life, we need to find our way out of this one.
I'll lead. I have found direction in this life more times than... Hey, wait! I'm not done yet!
That makes 35.
Huh? What do you mean?
We've seen 35 gears so far.
You've been counting the gears? Talk about laid back.
I'm sorry. I just felt like counting them.
You're really meticulous, you know that?
You know that wasn't a compliment, right?
Anyway, let's keep moving. I wouldn't want Estelle to get too bored.
Oh, it's not that I was particularly bored.
There's something about this mirror. It almost gives you the feeling there's a room hidden on the other side of the glass. Okay, I hear you. Don't get sidetracked, right? All right, let's get serious and keep moving.
Rita, are you okay?
What do you mean? Of course I'm okay. That's why I'm gonna get out of here right now.
Aw, but we worked so hard to get here. We should take our time and soak in the atmosphere.
We can't take our time here. I have the important mission of investigating the air situation. It's not like there's any other reason I'd want to leave here.
A strange face on the other side of the mirror.
No, it can't be.
I feel kind of sorry for her. Come on, let's finish what we came to do. For Rita's sake.
Yes, that might be best.
What's with you, Carol? You've been nervous for a while now.
Come on, we'll lose Reggae if we don't hurry up.
But there might be dangerous monsters in there.
What are you talking about? We can't just take this sitting down.
We can't let him have that box, Carol.
I'm just a little tiny, eensy-weensy bit curious as to why he took that box. So let's find out.
I don't know if you all are brave or crazy.
I guess I'm outvoted.
Oh, I've had enough of this. I'll blast away Reggae and the monsters. Let's go.
Hey, I've kind of got something important to say.
What a coincidence. I had something I wanted to say too. Let's get out of this desert.
Is that all you got to say? I think we should be enjoying this hot, sandy landscape myself.
How could you possibly enjoy this? We have to get out of this desert.
Let's hurry and get out of here.
Judith, back me up here.
We need to get out of here.
Hey! How pathetic. I guess we ought to hurry up and decide whether to go back or press on.
Sand and bones, cacti and treasure chests, the sky and the wind and the sun.
It just keeps going on and on.
At least we got a clear view of what's around us.
Talk tough all you want, but it's pretty obvious you kids aren't doing too well. Just because you got a clear view doesn't mean you can't get lost.
We're not lost.
But you know, I'll pass on us going missing while we're trying to find something.
But turning back now would be a big pain, wouldn't it?
We might be in trouble if we don't go back.
Don't you think we should make a decision soon before things get any worse?
I wonder what they were thinking, building a big manor out in the middle of nowhere like this.
Isn't it obvious? Crooked plots and intrigue.
We should hurry and finish what we need to do before we get caught up in anything.
That's not so bad here, Estelle. Why not take our time and get the full tour?
Are you thinking of exposing some crooked plots and intrigue while we're here?
Nah, I wasn't thinking about any of that. Being in someone's home is just so relaxing is all.
I can't believe you.
We don't have time for this. We're going on ahead, old man.
But no, wait for me! The hole in this mountain is like the hole in my heart. How my chest aches.
Getting all sentimental on us, old man?
Nah, it's just memories of the war. I'd appreciate it if we didn't spend too much time here.
Stop being such a coward.
Oh, that hurts, Rita.
The only way to get past a bad memory is to embrace it.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Not really. I was just generalizing. Anyway, you want to hurry, right? Then let's go.
Our little genius mage is more mature than she looks.
It's so boring looking at the same types of rooms over and over again.
No way! When you make a map, you realize how everything's laid out. It's really interesting.
Would you say you're happy so long as you're making a map?
Yeah, nothing calls to a man's heart like the thrill of making maps.
Never had that thrill. I just need a map to show me where I'm supposed to go.
Hey, wait! I still haven't written down all the places where you can find monsters. Are we gonna keep going, or what?
Yeah, we should. Or are we lost?
That's impossible. We have a map, right?
Well, it's useless if we can't read it. So, Captain, you're drawing the map. Which way do we go?
Let's see. This way's north, so that would put us...
We're here. North is the other way.
Nice! Judith, you're amazing.
The map maker is useless.
Huh? Looks like I'm not so good at making maps indoors.
It's not as funny as you think it is. Come on, let's go. Hey, does this place look half finished to you?
Not really. Why do you say that?
Look at it. There's still boards lying all over the place.
Huh? But that's the ideal. Don't you get it?
No, I don't.
This is the essence of simplicity. Bare walls and pipes sticking out every which way.
I have a feeling the essence of simplicity is something a little different.
In other words, it's good enough so long as it works, right?
Once again, our genius maid shows her lack of appreciation for beauty and fine subtleties. I mean, look, really look at this rusty wire mesh. Isn't it nice?
I'm gonna go crazy if I have to listen to any more of the old man's lessons in aesthetics.
Can't we just ignore him and keep moving?
In this cold, we're gonna freeze in no time.
In that case, we should move more to get warmer. Either that or get to a warmer place.
Either way, if we hold still, we're done for.
Yeah, but if we wander around too much, we could use up all our energy and collapse.
Then it sounds like we need to do what we came to do and get out of here. The pooch seems just fine in all this cold.
Is it me? Or is the ground around here changing?
It's because they're ice drifts. They move on the water and change how the ground looks.
Wait, so if we don't get out of here soon, the path could shift and leave us stranded?
It's certainly possible.
Yeah, but then we could use a block of ice to float merrily across the sea.
Yeah, you do that, old man.
I'm not kidding. Stick with me. It'll be fun.
I'm not cut out for fun.
Oh, all right. I don't want to be stuck on top of a block of ice with a spoil sport anyway. Let's go.
Yeah. No matter how far we walk, it looks like just a regular forest.
That it does.
But there's something nice about a normal forest. Bubbling brooks, rolling hills, green trees. It's kind of soothing.
What a nice perspective to have, Carol.
Sometimes it's easy to get distracted by your worries and forget what's really important.
Yeah, trees, water, forest. It's great. Can we go?
I don't think Yuri's into this. I can't figure this out. Man, what a pain.
Why would anyone bother to set up such complicated mechanisms on the ocean floor?
It's a common way to keep intruders out.
The Shaikos ruins were the same way. Places only certain people could enter, that kind of stuff.
So only people who know the correct steps can enter?
Exactly. But if we rack our brains a little, we should be able to figure it out.
So why haven't we figured it out yet?
You tell us, Captain. You're the master puzzle solver.
What? Since when?
Since now. So put on your thinking cap and figure this out.
I can't believe this.
The dog's looking a little spooked.
Why do you look so happy, Rita?
Who, me?
Repeat being scared makes you happy. Huh.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's just not too good with water, okay? Being at the bottom of the ocean is a little tough on him.
A little tough, huh?
It feels so mysterious here. Almost like a fantasy novel. I like it here.
Are you serious?
It'd be even nicer if these sparkling crystals weren't hurting my eyes so much.
Oh, I've already gotten used to that.
Well, now that you mention it, it's not really bothering me either.
I guess I'm okay with it.
Huh? Yeah, me too.
What? You mean I'm the only one who's still getting blinded here?
All right, let's get back to the task at hand. I don't want to be here any longer than we have to.
I'm ready for more.
I feel so left out. This sure is a lonely place.
It's just rocks and mountains, and the wind just sounds so lonely.
It feels more desolate the longer we're here.
Let's finish up here and get out soon.
But the sun is so warm and feels so nice.
Well, aren't you optimistic?
Oh? But this is the perfect time for a picnic.
Maybe we are lucky to have sunshine. I mean, it looks like there could be a sandstorm any moment.
I guess we were letting the atmosphere get to us. Come on, it's not so bad.
Yes, let's keep going.
They sure cheered up quick.
We're so high. I wonder how much farther we'll have to climb.
Yes, I've never even flown this high with Baul.
To think that this is a weapon to beat the Autophagos.
The Garayos civilization was even greater than I thought.
But we're the ones who have to beat the Autophagos.
Yeah, we'll be in for trouble if we leave things up to Duke. Let's hurry.
Did people really live in this place? I don't know where we're supposed to go next.
It's like the place is made to confuse us.
It was probably built according to a plan at first. But after all sorts of little improvements, it ended up being the tangled city that it is.
Isn't it strange that such an advanced civilization would have such haphazard planning?
Maybe they were so advanced that the plans couldn't keep up with the rate of progress.
Perhaps they thought technology just a few years old was outdated and changed their plans.
There's no use making guesses about what happened to a lost civilization. Let's keep going.
You're not interested in figuring out how that lost civilization kept from getting lost?
We men will make a path.
That's right.
Oh, please.
So go ahead, lead the way.
The area outside the barrier isn't quite as bad as I thought it would be.
But it's like I read. Outside the barrier, there are monsters everywhere. It's so dangerous.
Oh yeah? Think about all the knights going to all the cities of the world. This is nothing.
But a lot of people hardly ever go out of the city, like you, Yuri.
And some people never even go out of the castle.
I knew there was an ice strip north of Ilikia, but I never thought I'd walk across it.
Well, it's nice to have the experience, but I don't think I ever want to cross that place again.
Oh, why's that?
Huh? Don't tell me you want to go back to that freezing icebox again.
Why not? I thought it was a very beautiful place. Isn't that right, Rapide?
I can't believe Judy can stand this cold in that outfit.
Maybe she's got fur like Rapide.
You boys look as if you've never seen a girl before.
This rain is so gloomy. Wonder if it'll ever let up.
Tolbikia is in the tropics, so it hardly ever stops raining here.
You know, I read about Tolbikia in a book once. They say that all of the rainfall makes for an unusually high diversity of plants and animals.
Who cares about that stuff? I'm with Rita.
I was born and raised in Tolbikia, so this is nothing for me.
Ah, okay. That makes perfect sense. A place like this suits a wishy-washy, gloomy person like yourself pretty well.
Huh? Do I really seem that emo?
Gusios must have incredible power. The Entelekea are amazing.
Do you mean all of the crystals everywhere?
It's unbelievable. There used to be nothing here, and now there's an entire island.
I think there are a lot of factors besides Gusio's power that made it this big.
It was probably air, ocean currents, and elemental spirits that were kept in reverse barriers.
So you think all those came together and formed an island of crystals in a short time?
What an amazing ability to be able to make something so beautiful.
Gusio's probably continued to make crystals to protect his own body.
Well, the Crystal Island itself won't get any bigger than this, though.
I'd heard stories about it, but man, they sure picked a spot for a coliseum.
It's at the tip of the continent of Desier, after all.
Now that you mention it, this continent has a pretty strange shape.
I wonder why it's shaped the way it is.
I'll bet we might figure out why if we walked all the way around it.
That's our map lover, Cat and Carol. I don't love maps.
No, don't be shy. It's a wonderful hobby.
Ugh, that doesn't sound like a compliment at all.
So hot. There's no shade or anything.
What's the matter, Cat and Carol?
Maybe it's so hot he can't speak.
You're already pooped? Weak. And you're also much younger than me.
Would you shut up?
Aren't you hot under that thick coat, Raven?
Nah, this clothing is kind of special.
Let me borrow it.
Ah, my boy. If you're really suffering that much, I'll gladly lend you my stinky, sweaty clothing.
Never mind.
The heat is at least better than your stench, old man. Thanks to Flynn, it seems like everyone in the town has settled into their lives here quite nicely.
It has the same climate as the capital. That might make it easier for them to live in the town.
And people lived on this continent before everyone came with Flynn. The land was for humans.
It'll be nice if more and more people come to live on High Peonia.
Exactly. Home is where the heart is.
I wouldn't mind living here myself. Wow! I can't believe we're walking around on a never-before-explored continent!
Who could make it up here? Even we wouldn't be up here if it weren't for Baul.
Yes, that's true. I think that's why there's no record of it in any histories.
We're walking around on a really high place.
The fog's so thick, you can't even see the ground from on top of the cliffs.
Ooh, scary.
One wrong move, and we could find ourselves falling straight down those cliffs.
There's no hope of surviving a fall like that. We better walk carefully. Seeing a languid look like that on a pretty girl's face, that's something else, I tell you.
What's wrong, Judith? You've been staring at the sea for a while now.
Oh, I was just thinking about how beautiful the multicolored coral are.
Coral? What's that?
It's an organism in certain shallow and warm areas of the ocean. It's beautiful.
Wow, that's a living creature? I don't know. Sounds like you're pulling my leg.
I wouldn't expect someone as uneducated as you to understand.
The colors are really pretty.
I'd read about coral in books, but this is my first time seeing it in person.
I'd love to have a closer look.
Why not just jump in the sea? You're already dressed for it.
Ooh, a lady who's just all wet. Old Raven might have to take a dip too.
Full speed ahead, Tokunaga. This really feels like a deserted island.
Oh, walking around outside like this, you really start to feel the sun.
Yeah, with the sea on all sides, there's nothing to give us any shade.
You don't like it? I think this is a very lovely place.
Even if it is, the people in this town are absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it sure seems like the people here follow their own path.
People? They seem more like farm animals to me.
Sure, it's a weird place, but isn't the scientist in you just a little curious?
Yeah, mystery makes things more interesting. Certainly makes me more interested.
Mystery? I'd say it's more like lying and cons in your case, Raven.
It's nothing but fraud for the old man. F-R-A-U-D.
You sure? I think it's more like fairy tales in his case.
Aw, you like me, don't you? How flattering.